Currently Kirkland, your source for city news and events in the community. With Connie Terman at the news desk. Stay up to date with weekly news reports and what's happening in Kirkland. Now, here's Connie.
Hi, I'm Connie Terman, and welcome to this edition of Currently Kirkland. Every week we're here with the latest in what's happening in our town. Kirkland is renowned for a lot of its qualities. It's a hotbed of technological tinkering, an oasis of open space, and a pedestrian's paradise. Last week, Kirkland added another quality to its progressive brand when it became the first city to jump into a new era of all things garbage collection. Scores of children gathered downtown to celebrate the new technology Waste Management will be using to process garbage and recyclables in the Central Business District. Waste Management replaced 56 of the Central Business District's 32-gallon cans with 46 Big Belly trash compactors. Waste Management says these Big Belly compactors will hold up to 5 times the amount of garbage as their predecessors. But it gets even better. These trash compactors are equipped with solar technology that can create more space by compacting the garbage when they fill up and notify waste management crews of their need to be dumped when they are completely full.
I'm very amazed on where this industry has gone from 20 years ago to where it is now and where it's going to be in another 10 years.
This ability, coupled with the compactor's increased capacity, will cut operating costs, fuel usage, and greenhouse gas emissions by up to 80%, the company said.
You know, I think it's great if we get sun. That'll be good for them. They have them a lot in Portland, and I'm glad to see them coming out here. It's great.
Big Belly compactors will increase weekly capacity to nearly 7 cubic yards.
I think the kids are thrilled with the solar technology and with the idea that they can recycle and also, experience cutting-edge technology.
Kirkland recycles!
Technology is not only changing the way the city processes its garbage, but it's also changing the way it referees downtown parking. One of the city's 2 parking patrol vehicles upgraded to a computer system earlier this month. The new system photographs each vehicle, its license plate, and its tires to determine whether or not it is moved. The other vehicle, however, will continue monitoring parking times by chalking tires. Later this summer, the city will begin one of its most ambitious capital improvements. The Northeast 85th Street Corridor project will upgrade over a mile of urban arterial with pedestrian transit and intersection improvements. Specifically, this project will reduce traffic congestion and provide sidewalks and landscaping where none exist. It will also underground overhead utility lines and resurface the entire corridor. Sound Transit is contributing toward improvements geared to increase speed and reliability of transit. Within the next several weeks, the first element will begin at the west end of the corridor. At 114th Avenue Northeast and 85th Street, crews will build a second left turn lane on southbound 114th Avenue Northeast. Plans also provide a new southbound bike lane on 114th Avenue, as well as upgrading the traffic light technology to improve the efficiency of the intersection. Later this summer, crews will relocate the utility poles along 124th Avenue Northeast to make room for sidewalks on both sides of 124th Avenue Northeast between 80th and 90th Streets. This fall, crews will begin to underground overhead utility lines along 85th Street from 120th to 128th Avenue and make room for sidewalks on both sides of Northeast 85th Street. The Corridor project addresses specific elements of the community's vision in Northeast 85th Street sub-area plan by enhancing the pedestrian experience and increasing access, speed, reliability, and ridership of transit. You can follow this project on kirklandwa.gov. The city continues its search for the most strategic site of its new Finn Hill Fire Station. And to ensure its managers aren't overlooking possible candidates, Kirkland is hiring a consultant to explore and evaluate all qualified locations. 2 areas are already on the list: Finn Hill Junior High and a 1.8-acre portion of Big Finn Hill Park. Both of these sites would give emergency responders a much better chance of reaching a burning house within 5.5 minutes and a heart attack victim within 5 minutes. These response times are crucial to the victims. Heart attack victims are much more likely to survive when they receive medical attention within 5 minutes of the emergency call. After 5.5 minutes, most house fires have reached flashover, the point at which windows shatter, furniture explodes, and the room temperature exceeds 600 degrees and rescue becomes daunting. Both sites would enable the city's emergency responders to meet these response times, but both sites have their own merits and liabilities. The Big Finn Hill Park site is relatively flat, which would allow the city to build a 1-story fire station. This would drive down construction costs and make for a more efficient fire station. The probability of a land deal between King County and the city of Kirkland would also cut costs. Under this deal, King County would give Kirkland 1.8 acres of land for Kirkland's efforts in building a 20-stall parking area that would accommodate hikers and mountain bikers heading to the Big Finn Hill Park's forests. However, the Big Finn Hill Park site does require the city to convert 1.8 of Big Finn Hill Park's 200 acres into a fire station. The Finn Hill Junior High site provides a more strategic location, but would be more expensive to build because of its limited usable space. Specifically, the Finn Hill Junior High site would require the city to build the fire station onto sloped land and somehow protect a natural wetland from being drowned by the parking area's runoff. The junior high site would also force emergency responders to deal with school traffic. City officials are working to ensure they have considered all possible locations and perspectives before reaching a final decision. Officials will be asking local residents to weigh in on the fire station location before the council reaches a final decision. Several weekends ago, downtown Kirkland went through a time warp back to the 50s. The cars, the music, the styles, it was all a part of the classic car show. Here's a look at some of the show's sights and sounds.
Thank you guys very much.
Remember, you can access any episode of Currently Kirkland on demand on the city's website, on your mobile device, and on YouTube. We'd also love to hear from you. If you have any news tips, suggestions, or comments, send them to kirklandtv@kirklandwa.gov. Thanks for watching Currently Kirkland. We'll see you next week.